Hello and good evening. Welcome to my kitchen, or at least what's left of it. It is a construction zone. I have no cupboards other than down here, and it's a galley kitchen. You are sitting on my stove. But that's not why we're here. We're here to learn how to make my salsa. To be exact, it's restaurant-style salsa. So when you go to a restaurant, you get that warm basket of chips, tortillas to dip in that delicious salsa. You ever wonder how they make it? Well, I'm going to show you. You think it would start with fresh tomatoes, but it does not. In order to, well, basically, they make large vats of it just to keep all of you people fed and keep you humbly satisfied waiting for your food, just eating all those damn chips and salsa. In order to do that, it's a lot easier to start with canned. So, to be specific, this is my favorite brand to use for this. You want to make sure it's whole tomatoes, or you can use crushed. So, I wouldn't use anything else just because. Yes, you can choose a different brand. Just make sure it's whole or crushed. Okay? So, when you do whole, you'll mix everything into the food processor in steps, which I'll show you. And then this is usually the last step, including this one. But this one goes in a little bit before this one because you don't really want to chop this up more, especially if you want it chunky. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to how you do it. You'll figure it out with practice. But I mean, all in all, it's super simple, really easy, very few ingredients, and it's delicious. So let's get started. All right, here we go. All right, with this step, we're going to start with the garlic. I typically use about 6 to 8 cloves of garlic. You just want to smash the hull off, and then I usually cut just the very hard end of it off, which is usually kind of on the bottom, I guess. You don't really want that texture within your salsa. So other than that, you can just leave it whole. All right, now on to the rest of the food prep. We're on to the onions. I like to use red onion. It's my preference. It's whatever you want to pick. You can use white onion, Vidalia onion, but for my recipe, I like to use red. Just do a rough chop. Food processor is going to take care of most of the work for you anyway. Now on to the jalapeno or peppers of any sort. You can choose your own adventure. It doesn't matter if it's habaneros, ghost peppers, it's whatever you like. I used 2 jalapenos and 1 serrano, and that ended up being the right amount of heat for me. So once again, it's choose your own adventure. Again, you just want to get a good rough chop. Food processor is going to do all of the work. This is one of the first things I actually put in with the lime juice, so it gets broken up a little bit more than the rest of the stuff. Like I said, you add all these ingredients in steps. All right, now we're going to start making the actual salsa, starting with 2 fresh limes juiced. Then you're going to proceed to add your peppers of choice that you prepared and your garlic. Once again, it's all your preference. If you like super garlicky like I do, 6 to 8 cloves. If you only like a little bit of garlic, just do 1 or 2. It's choose your own adventure, as always. That's what's fun about cooking and making your own salsa. Now, after you get done blitzing all of this, you are going to proceed to add your onions that you prepared and your batch of herbs and spices. The herbs and spices that you're going to be adding is 1 teaspoon of Mexican oregano, 1 teaspoon of fresh cracked pepper, 2 teaspoons of sea salt, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, another half teaspoon of ancho chili powder, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of chili powder, and optional half a teaspoon of granulated sugar. Now, what you're going to do is just blitz this until it's roughly what you want for a size. then you're going to add your tomatoes. Like I said, this is already pre-crushed, so if you want it a little chunkier, that will depend on when you add this. Make sure you push all of your stuff down from the sides so you don't leave anything behind as you blitz this a few more times. Alright, now we're to the point we add the cilantro. You can add with the stems. It's the same. It's not going to make a difference. It tastes the same. So cut off your desired amount. I go by eye. Just decide what you want. Blitz it a few times and then taste, of course. Adjust the seasonings as desired and then serve. All right. Now let's give it a taste, huh? Look at this. Look at this. Delicious. Eventually I'll fix my setup, but this is all I've got. So you'll do this by taste. Obviously you'll want to taste it, adjust it for salt and whatnot. Perfect. So good. Just the right amount of sweetness, spiciness. Let's do one more. Look at that. Just beautiful. Oh, it's delicious. You're definitely gonna like doing this. It's simple, you can do it at home. Whew, I had a little too much heat for me. Oh, there we go. All right, so anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully the process wasn't too weird. Sorry about the above the mixer thing. I'm trying to figure out how to do this in this space, so forgive me. If you have any pointers, let me know in the comments, please. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to try this, eat it, share it with your friends, whatever. You'll love this during the summer or on Taco Tuesday. Later.